Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on which part of the world you're watching me from. I'm Helen and I'm coming to you as usual from Glasgow in Scotland. And as you can see today, I am on my own. My daughter has gone home. This is not a vlog about knitting or anything like that. I just wanted to catch up with you guys and let you know about Jackie's nightmare journey home. It started when we got to Glasgow Airport and they told her that our plane would be delayed by 20 minutes. And that was fine, so we still had a wee bit of time, so we went for a coffee, um, said our goodbyes, and then we left. My grandson and my granddaughter and her partner had taken us to the airport. So we had some shopping to do, so we went and we did some shopping. And then we went for lunch and we got a message from Jackie to say that her plane was still sitting on the tarmac. She had well missed her connection at Chicago and that they would reroute her when she got to Chicago. So eventually she did get to Chicago, went to get her case, and there was no case because she had to transfer her case at Chicago. I beg your pardon. She went from Glasgow to London. When she got off the plane at London, they were calling her name when she got off the plane. And they handed her a package and told her to exit the airport, which she did. They sent her to a hotel because they couldn't get her on another flight that day, so it would be the next again day on the Sunday. However, Jackie is totally allergic to polyester. She becomes really quite ill when she's in contact with it. And when she got to the hotel, discovered that all the bedding was polyester. When she called me, she could hardly talk. Her throat was so swollen. And so I suggested that she get the towels, which were linen, and spread them on the bed, which she did. She went down and the hotel had laid on a lovely buffet for them because there was hundreds of people had been sent to the hotel. So many planes had been late and diverted and cancelled, and it was a nightmare because of the weather. So anyway, the following morning she set off for London Heathrow to check in and get her flight details. They could not give her a boarding pass for her onward flight from Chicago to Heathrow. Said she'd have to sort that out at Chicago. So that was fine. So she got that plane, she got off at Chicago, and she only had about 50 minutes to connect to her Kansas flight. Well, she had to go and find her case. Her case was not found. They were very unhelpful as regarding her case. So she decided she had to leave it or she was going to miss her connecting flight. She had to go through customs, she had to go through immigration, and then she had to get a bus to the gate she was leaving at, and there was the car park was jammed, the bus couldn't get away from the terminal, and one thing and another, and however, she eventually got to her gate with 2 minutes to spare, and they were waiting on her there. They were about to close the gate, so she was fortunate. So she got on that flight and away to Kansas City. She arrived there, I don't know, about 10 o'clock at night their time. And then she had a 3.5 hour drive home to Springfield. So by the time she got home, she was well and truly shattered. And of course upset that she did not have a suitcase, because as well as all the treats and things she'd taken back for all the kids, all the things that she had done, like project bags, stitch markers, DPN holders, other things that she had made when she was here for her business, were in that suitcase. So she phoned up about it, and they said as far as they were aware it was still in London, and she had to wait 3 days, which she did. And when she called up, they said, "Oh, you'll need to wait another 48 hours." But she said, "No, I need to know where my suitcase is." So they gave her a number. She called a number, and I think it was in London. And the guy in London located the suitcase within 5 minutes. I had a bit of a laugh about all the food stuff that was in it and the sweets and things. But he promised her she'd have it within 48 hours, and she had it within 24 hours. When it arrived, excuse me, it was in some state. It had been bashed a bit, pulled a bit, things had been unpacked and shoved back in. But once she entered the case, she knew that everything was in there that should be in there. So that was the saga of her journey home, and I felt really bad for her because she had made that trip especially for me, and I really did feel bad for her. But Jackie's a chip off the old block. She just took it in her stride. She's a tough little girl, and you know, and she made it. She's back in business now, so I pop on over to her shop. I think she's uploading her grab and go kits, and she's been dyeing yarn since yesterday, I know. And one thing and another, I have not done any major progress. The only thing I've done is that I'm knitting a wee jacket for my granddaughter who's having a boy. And the last time I knitted with blue yarn was when my two youngest grandsons were born. Mark and Ross are both over 20 now. So that's how long ago it is since I knitted with blue yarn. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying knitting the baby stuff. I have just wound up a cake of Jackie's yarn to start a shawl, but I'm not going to start that until I finish this jacket. But I just wanted to say, if you watched Jackie's podcast in Lowlander Yarn Studio, can I just say thank you for watching. Thank you for those people who have subscribed and stay faithful. And for new viewers, we thank you too, and hope you stay with us. Don't ever forget to give me thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm hoping to maybe do a proper podcast maybe later on when I have some content to show you guys. I have to apologise on the podcast that I did with Jackie that my breathing was quite pronounced. I noticed it when we played back the podcast. Unfortunately, I do have chest problems, and some days it's worse than others. But thank you for everybody who inquired about my health, and I am getting better. I feel better this week. And thank you to Helen Duffin, who very kindly sent me links to a couple of patterns, sock patterns that she did on DPN. So I'm excited to maybe get one of them on the go, because I really would like to do pattern socks. But for now, folks, I'm just going to say I hope you're all having a good day. I hope life is good to you, because life sometimes isn't as good to us as we would like, but there's always tomorrow, and there's always sunshine after the rain. I hope that's true, because we have got a lot of rain. I got up at 3 a.m. this morning, which is my normal. I'm up a couple of times during the night, and it was snowing really heavily. And I thought, well, that's me. I'm not going to get out to the shops to get my shopping. But however, the snow turned to rain as per usual. So I'm hoping that there is some sunshine after this rain. So until I do my podcast, and until I see you all again, take care. Happy fibre working, whatever it is that you're working on. And until next time, wherever you are, whoever you're watching with, take care. TTFN.